Tick, 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 tick. I need a prove it. MGM. Click shit, little slim thick, wrapped on it like a Fitbit. Green light, what it may seem like. She all in my mentions, wait up, Zay. Who that calling us? She all in my business, I need a minute. Man, fuck time, let's grind. I need a million. She rolling up, sipping wine, man, I need to feel it. My company still growing, man, I need a building. Like right now, I'm still building. 2359, man, I need a minute. Fuck time, let's grind, man, I need some millions.
Yo, you already know it's your boy Goddi. Welcome to Goddi's Way. You already know we just friends having friendly conversation, about any topic we feel is important, hoping we don't get banned from it. You already know we just here, just having a dope conversation and hoping everybody enjoy our conversations. Today is going to be a nice doozy for everybody today, because this is a subject that's brand new, just brought to my attention and brought to a lot of other people's attention that we all trying to figure out from two people who's a part of this movement. So without further adu, I'm going to bring my guest on. You already know. We got Mr. Superstar P, Mr. Proven, my sandbox nigga. Get and cut on the mic. You already know. Let's get it popping.
Yo, it's Goddi, man.
Hey, shit, the usual. How you doing, my brother?
Doing well. Appreciate you
on
having me on this one.
All right, welcome
again.
back. Yeah, exactly.
I ain't gonna act up. I ain't gonna act up this time. Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, we're gonna see.
I got my whiskey.
All right. also, she seemed like she the leader of the movement. Actually, they might be a tag team, but I'm gonna bring in Miss Stormi real quick. The lovely Miss Stormi. Come on and cut the mic on. Let me know how your day going.
Good evening.
What's
Good
up?
evening.
How's it going?
I'm well. Happy to be here.
I'm glad we're using English on this motherfucker. She said, "Well." Thank you.
That's what's up.
That's
up. All right, and then also we got her partner in crime, who's also riding for the culture that they representing, but we're going to get into all that. We're going to bring in the lovely Miss Ceejaye. You got to cut your camera on, cut the mic on, holla at us, let us know how your day going.
Hello. My day has been busy, but I'm here.
Cut the camera on. There you go. Also, I got my bro Yank. He got the camera off right now. He dealing with something, but he's gonna pop in, but he definitely listening right now. All right. So this is gonna be a doozy right here. Let me put the camera over so I can see all of y'all, because this is gonna be a good one right here.
Not a doozy.
Ooh.
This is gonna be a doozy. Yo,
is that the Protect on the wrist? What you got on your wrist, B?
Hey, you gotta stop.
I ain't gonna lie.
I
like watches. Bro. I like watches that look like a $300 watch minimum.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I like watches. I'm just saying.
It ain't a Protect that. It ain't a Patek. That's for sure. A Patek.
Patek Philippe.
It ain't a Patek.
I was talking about the Philippe. I ain't.
Yeah, it ain't one of those. Nah, sorry. I ain't got that bread.
Right. I get Rolly. You got Rolly money. I know you got money. You got Rolly money. I know you got
come
Rolly
on, bro.
money.
Hey,
we
live right now. Hey, we live right now. Let's get into it.
Right.
You already know we already sponsored by Betty since 2020. You get your premium dad hats, and you get a button along with it. Sponsored by my boy Proven. He always brings something to the table, so we all eat together.
Appreciate you.
All right, so let's get into it, yo. So it's come to my attention and a couple of us males that women don't want to be called females no more. And I'm trying to, look, I did my research online and all of that just so I could come in here, prepared. I couldn't even come in here prepared because I have that shit didn't make no sense whatsoever to me.
Oh, we'll make it clear for you, hopefully.
Okay, make it very
You'll be
clear.
able to
You know what I'm
grasp.
saying? So I want to, I would definitely want to start off with one of y'all two lovely ladies. Did I say it right,
Okay,
ladies?
Hey
Ladies.
yo,
ladies.
hey yo, hey yo. Nah, I'm just playing. I feel like y'all. Now she looked at me. That's how the battle rappers be doing. You know when they about to start
Oh
off
yes,
first, it's like a big
a
battle.
whole battle. Yes, yes, yes. I was so confused just now. So the thing is, it's not like we don't want to be referred to as female. There is a name, and it's woman or women if it's plural, and that is the way you should refer to any woman when you're speaking of such. By definition, that should have been the first thing you looked up, was the definition of the word female, and you would have, it is only related to our organs in terms of what we can do, which is produce eggs. Now,
Okay.
that is it. All species have a male and a female. Well, majority. So you can be talking about a cat, a dog, a elephant, any other species. And let's just get into the movie Baby Boy. Do you remember the
Oh my
scene?
goodness. Okay. Go ahead.
Do you remember the scene when he said, I'm not even gonna call you a bitch. I'm gonna call you a female. That was just a little
Unstable
unstable creature.
creature.
Didn't he say
No,
female
he
in
didn't
that
say
movie
female.
too?
Nah,
He
nah,
said
nah.
unstable
He said
creature.
Well,
unstable
there is a movie
creature.
then.
He said
I
these
should have given you
females.
there.
Creature. Yeah.
He said, I
He
ain't
might
gonna
have said
call them the
female.
B word. They
No,
unstable creatures.
then he
Well,
mentioned
female is
female. He was referring to women as female. He did refer to women as females.
The
In that
right.
scene.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the.
It's a lot of yeah. That's a whole nother fucking.
That is very
That's a whole
commonly
nother
used language.
beings in itself. Like,
But
well, we
it's
could get
commonly
into
used
that
language in
because
our culture. That's inappropriate. It's just commonly used. Just like
yeah.
us calling each other niggas all day. But that'll be another topic, I'm sure, at a later date.
So hold on. So you trying to compare the word female to the word nigga?
No, I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying that is another word that is commonly used that
It's
is inappropriate.
of how vernacular can basically shape a culture. Period. Let me just real quick jump in if I can, real fast,
Please.
on something that you led off the conversation with. And that was saying that we no longer want to be called females. We never wanted to be called females in the first place. I don't know what memo was left on your desk, but no, that was never anything. I never, like, honestly speaking, I was never called a quote unquote female as we currently use it in this state until I was a full-fledged adult. When I was growing up, I was a little girl. When I was a teenager, I was a teenager. And when
I
I
have
was
a question. Can I
young woman,
interject real quick?
of
On your
course,
birth certificate, you know what I'm saying, when they put the gender, what is it? Male? Do they put male or female or boy or girl?
they actually don't put gender. It's a sex
They,
marker.
okay, sex marker. I mean,
Sex marker. No, because gender and sex
indicate,
but we can go into
it
that.
indicates, what does it indicate? Just boy or girl? It don't indicate male or female, those gender markers?
Well, my birth certificate, it says female because I am a cis female.
So, okay, now you just said that you never been referred to as female ever in your life, but as soon as you came out, you was referred to as female.
I actually said coming up as a child,
Okay.
I was referred to as female. I said I was not referred to as female until I was a full-fledged adult because of the context that it's used in. Yeah. People don't say, when they're talking about a little girl, they don't call her female because in reality, female is just a substitution for the word bitch. Someone's not calling a teenage girl or a young child or anything like that a name that's that derogatory or objectifying because we're not supposed to.
You cutting out. You cut. Ceejaye, you cutting out a little bit.
We good? We good now?
I heard you the whole time.
Oh, you did? Then it must be me. Go ahead.
All right.
So what I was saying was the reason why women never wanted to be referred to, and we still to this day do not want to be referred to as females, is because we understand and realize that when it's being used in that context, it's actually a substitution for the word bitch. It's a derogatory. Mm-hmm. We never say that female over there when we're talking about the doctor who's taking the exam. We don't say the female, whatever. We usually, when we're using that word, we're using it in a way that's degrading and objectifying. And just because it's been accepted doesn't mean that it's ever been okay. It just means that it's been popularized. So just as much as the word got out to start using that word is how the word needs to get out to stop using that word, because it hasn't been that long that it's been in use, but it has been a little bit too long if you ask me.
It's been in use actually since I was, don't quote me, but around the 17 or 1800s. But it is definitely popularized in our culture. Because honestly, if you even observe other cultures, they do not refer to their women as females. They have that respect for them. Just an observation.
So y'all feel like being called, so you feel like being called a female is like a sign of disrespect?
Absolutely. I'm a woman. Recognize me as such.
Fact. Because when you're using a word like that, you completely remove the human component of who I am. I am a human being, which means that I can articulate and emote feelings, expressions, and thoughts that an animal, a plant, a mineral, or whatever cannot do. So
and they're also female.
That part. Then there's a whole nother angle of it where there are women out here who cannot reproduce, who were either never born with the organs to reproduce or just simply cannot by whatever reason. If we're reducing it down to our sex organs, then we're leaving a whole chunk of the population of women out of our conversation. And I mean, that's not ever cool. Like, that's not ever okay. And then the most important thing is, just the same way that a rapper can come out and say, my name is Lil Uzi Vert, my name is Kodak Black, that's what you refer to me. When you're out in the streets, that's what you call me. That's the same way that it should be understood and respected. There really should not even be a thesis or a dissertation needed to explain why another human being is saying, hey, please don't refer to me in that way. I do not, I don't condone it. I don't sign up for it. It does not sit well with me.
It's dehumanizing.
I hate it.
Just understanding the fact that
how come,
female doesn't, just understanding the fact that female does not necessarily mean woman. Every female is not a woman. That should already just be enough for you to understand. I'm a woman. Separate me from the sex organ.
Oh, I was on mute. Wait, Britt, can I interject Can I interject in 1 second?
I didn't even realize
I was on mute. Okay, Ceejaye, because it's not that I disagree with you guys, because I feel like, okay, you have a right to right to be called or referred to as you would like to be referred to, right?
Right.
Now, the problem that I see is when people take offense, when someone might take offense to it if in ignorance.
I see what you're saying. Someone gets offended and someone gets offended and the person who's using the word doesn't understand or know.
Because what I was saying was I was muted and I didn't realize I was muted the whole time. When I wanted to interject with you guys, was what I was saying was, and our environments play a key on a lot of different things. Now your environment and the way female was used in your environment could be 10 times a whole 180 in the way female was used in someone else's environment. So what I'm saying is, okay, female, the way you view it, it is that it refers to just a producer, someone who has the ovary, like that organ, right? Now, what is the definition of a woman?
A human being.
No, it's not. A woman is the definition of a woman is a female human. Female human.
That's just what I said.
Definition of a woman.
But that's what I just said.
No. In particular, no. But you missed out a word, Brittany. And words mean things.
You're right. In particular, a female human. So absolutely.
Exactly. That's what a female human. That's the definition of a woman. Is a female human.
So why is it hard to use the word? That is the
No,
word
it's not.
that was
It's not.
created
It's
for
not.
me
No, it's
as
not.
a
It's
fucking
not.
human.
It's not. It's not. But what I'm
How is it
saying
not?
is to take a no. What I'm saying is sometimes what I'm saying is I can then turn around and then refer to you as you like to be referred to. But to take offense and to say this is disrespectful, I think is kind of premature in the sense to where it's taken out like it's peculiar to your particular environment and how it was used the way you were the way and the based on males that you were around.
Okay.
Based on men.
I'll wait till God
The way I
So
based
just
on men.
hold on. Let me
A lot of
interject real
times.
quick. Okay, so let me interject real quick. So my thing is like I don't see how it could be all that, offensive for the simple fact that like if the meaning of the word woman is female human, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it still comes back to it. You just don't want to be called the word, but you still exactly what it is, you know what I'm saying?
No, but
like
the
I'm
thing
confused.
We
is,
Like
never
that's what's
denied
confusing me
being.
about it.
We never
The
denied
thing is,
being
because
female.
wait, let me say this. Can I say this? Can I say this before you guys interject? Let me say this. Okay, the thing is that, and the reason why I brought up environment is because a lot of times, and because you said this, Ceejaye, and I think you said this to me once upon a time too, and another lady said this to me as well, and she said,
Can't use the word
the way I didn't on purpose. I said lady. So what I did the thing is that what happens is based on her environment, like you guys and let me take that back, not you guys. Sometimes people and women in particular might take that word if you're offended to it, and that's why I said out of ignorance, like initially, right? But like if you're called, so you said it's a substitution for bitch, right? Now listen, a lot of things and sometimes it just rolls easier. Like for instance, a lot of times I try to use bro as a substitution for nigga, and it doesn't mean that I'm like it doesn't make bro a bad word. It just means, listen, I'm aware that the word bitch is very disrespectful. So female sometimes rolls off easier when you're not trying to be rude to somebody. Let me just say that. No,
why not say woman though? Why are you purposely not saying it? That just I don't understand.
Because things roll off easy. It's like when you say
why can't woman
name,
roll off
let me
easy?
Let me say this.
You've been saying a lot.
Let me say this. Hold on. It's like when you say someone's name before the other name. You don't know why you said Kenny and Isaiah. Some shit just rolls off easier than the first name.
And honestly,
it doesn't necessarily mean it was less. It just means that's just what popped up in your head, like with no malice intended.
Unlearn
but like,
so that you
if I
can
say
relearn.
Brittany and Ceejaye, but Brittany and I see that and I understand that. But that's what I'm saying. The whole ignorance thing and the whole push towards, that. Like, just say, yo, listen. When you talk to me, I appreciate if you do that, but it shouldn't be a disrespect thing if guys use it. Like, it shouldn't be viewed as disrespectful if a guy uses it, especially if he doesn't even understand the point of view that you're coming from. And then when he gives you his point of view, as opposed to combating it, like there's no middle ground to that. Like, because I understand exactly
there's no middle
saying.
ground. Your opinion doesn't matter when I'm talking about how you're supposed to refer to me. Your opinion is invalid at that point. I'm sorry. Because you're giving me an opinion and I'm gonna give you a fact. It's not about what you feel like saying.
No, but different women feel different than from what you feel. So it's not like
you're right, because a lot of them are ignorant as well.
It's not like it's a but you call it ignorance.
You can't just call them ignorant because they don't agree with you. They just
though. No,
don't
not
agree
about
with you
because they don't know better. You did. I'm piggybacking off of you.
No, you based off your feeling is because you understand the meaning of it. So the way you feel about the word is based off of your environment and the way you've lived through it. It has nothing to do with the actual term and the meaning at all. No,
so that's why we didn't start with definitions.
Yeah, because if we did, then it would just be a short conversation for everything. It's just like the word nigga to white people and to black people. It is like, like the word nigga is disrespectful universally to any. It's like the word bitch. If I call you a bitch, is it universally disrespectful if I just call you it in the terms where it's not endearing? If I just say, yo, you a bitch.
Absolutely.
universally.
But hold on, Prue. Before
right,
you get there, though.
So now,
hold on.
Let Goddi
Before you get there, hold on. Before you get there,
you know,
also being called a woman sometimes could be used in a derogatory way too, as well. You know that, right?
So
depending on how it's said, you do know that, right?
Yep.
Yes,
know
because
that, right?
Especially if you know my name, call me by my name. Don't even refer to me. Right. If you know my name, because my thing is, I'm a person, just like, I don't know if y'all had that experience in y'all Black homes, but in my Black home, it was no saying she if I was talking about my mother. She who?
Mm-hmm.
Your mother has a name, and you better say mommy or whoever. You don't ever she somebody, because it is disrespectful. It's taking away identity to now just place any old label on you. Even if the label fits that you are a she, I am a she, I am a female, I am a woman. I'm not ever denying that.
But were you ever referred to as a she by your parents or elder siblings
Never.
or whatever? So they never said she be bugging the fuck out. It was always Brittany be bugging the fuck out.
No. I wouldn't even be talked about that way.
I was gonna say
my mother handled me directly.
Say in my house we grew
they
up.
Can use it in a positive. They can use it in a positive.
That's how you might feel, but like we've all been referred to.
They can use it in a positive. Hold on, Prue. They can use it in a positive way as well. She's doing great in school. She's doing good for herself. They can still use it without,
and that's why we say context matters. Context definitely does matter. Now there are situations where even using the word female would be appropriate, like you said, on the birth certificate and those identifying markers when it's necessary. But to just use it in casual conversation,
when I just put boy
it
or
is
girl.
Disrespectful.
When I just put boy or girl.
Because it's about sex. The question is not about gender. The question is about sex.
No, wait, hold on.
I don't know. It's like,
hold on. I'm sorry. Wait,
hold on.
I wanted to hit Ceejaye.
Hold on. Before we get to Ceejaye, hold on.
Because Brittany said I wanted to hit the other lady.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her get to that right after I say this. It's like y'all trying to pick and choose when to be called female or not. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're informing you on when it's appropriate or not when to call. The only time that it is appropriate is if we have to talk about sex.
That's the problem. And
okay,
no women. Yeah,
I let all y'all get y'all.
Nah, let Ceejaye do her thing. Go ahead, Ceejaye.
Give you my perspective about a couple of things. Firstly, this conversation needs to be led off with the fact that my angle is going to be different from everybody in this conversation's angle, because I am the mother of a boy and a girl, young child, 1. 2, I'm a queer Black woman. Queer meaning I do not identify as a heterosexual. Also, I have direct experience with individuals who do not live inside of the gender binary. So with that being said, my take on this is coming from a place of vast experience. I've been out of the closet since I was 19. I had my children at 32. So I just need that to be understood, that when I speak, I'm not speaking on some shit that I read off of the internet. I'm talking about some shit that I've actually lived. Firstly, as the conversation has been flowing, I've been hearing a lot of defensive angles. And that's the first thing that needs to come down from everybody. There doesn't need to be a defensive aspect to anything that anyone feels strongly about, understood, or has experienced, because ultimately I cannot tell you how you've lived your life and vice versa. I can only speak from what I've seen, heard, and learned or unlearned. Mm-hmm. So no wrong, no one's right either. So that's the first thing. Second,
I agree.
I think that the first thing that needs to be discussed when it comes to this conversation is that gender and sex are 2 different things.
Absolutely.
Gender is masculinity. Gender is femininity. They're not boy, they're not girl. They're not reduced down to who has a vagina and who has a penis, because there are individuals who have both of those organs, who have no function of those organs, and who do have a penis and a vagina, who identify with different levels and angles of the spectrum of what is considered to be masculine and what is to be feminine. And
I
that
thought
is
it was called hermaphrodites.
And that is incorrect as well.
Firstly.
Oh my God.
It's derogatory. I had to learn that because growing up, that's what we were taught.
Yes, we were.
And it's incorrect.
Like,
so what's the scientific name for it?
My grandmother used to use the word, F in ending with T.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They nobody understood and used fluidly.
Just like that D word ending in E.
Now, not to deter from what I was saying, I said what I said because that is a pearl that needed to be dropped that y'all can pick up on at a later date. We could talk about this at a later time, but that needed to be prefaced to understand why women are saying we are women, because there are women, there are non-binary femmes, there are trans women, there are masculine women. If a woman is saying that they are referring to themselves as a woman, that means that they identify with womanhood in the component that we know for it to be performed as out in public. A woman is understood to be feminine, smelling good, a nurturer, a softer, submissive individual. We all know that we have a cousin who is a little, according to the family. We all know that we had another cousin who, shorty had titties, shorty had a cycle, but you feel me? Like, we all know that. Therefore, we cannot and just say, oh, it's females, oh, it's males. Because there are people who fall any and everywhere in between that. And to just reduce it down to two, it's disrespectful, one. It's not inclusive, two. It's old, it's ancient, it's outdated, three. I don't want to be called African American because I don't relate to this country. I do not benefit from being here, born, and identified as a quote unquote American on my birth certificate. So please don't call me that. I'm Black, of the Black diaspora. It's the same thing as being called a woman versus being called a female versus being called anything that does not make this person feel human, whole, and complete. If that is not what they asked to be referred to, not called, because how you talk about me behind my back is also how you're going to talk to me in my face. And that's another reason why female is a problem. Because if you feel like inclined to disrespect and use disrespectful language when I'm not,
you lost me right there. You lost me. Hold on, you lost me right there. You completely lost me right there. I don't see how that. I don't see how that has. I don't see how one thing.
You're not gonna understand everything that I say, just like I'm not gonna understand everything and every angle that you come from. But I'm saying that because, again, I'm speaking as somebody who identifies from different intersections of the Black experience, because that's what it's all about.
So let me say this:
they're not out here talking about whether or not they should be called female versus male.
They're not. That's why I said, please observe other cultures. Please observe them.
You're absolutely right. But let me say this. All right, you're absolutely right. I just want to say one thing. Universally, do you feel like this should be a universal communication system of some sort at all, like, period?
Absolutely.
Yes or no? Okay. So if you feel that way, so
I live in the Midwest. I live in Chicago, the home of the Black person wanting it down. So
what I mean by that is what I mean by that is we can all, no matter where you come from in this world, right? I can look at you and I see the shirt you have on. I look at you, Brittany, I see the shirt you have on. And Goddi, I see the shirt you have on. We may have different names for it, but it's all equal to what? What color does Goddi have on?
Red.
What color do you have on, Britt?
White.
What color do you have on?
Black.
All right. Now, so what I'm saying is it okay for me to just come out and just say, listen, I don't give a fuck what you say. This shirt right here, nigga, is blue. Refer to it as blue. I don't give it, like, when you put it up, say it's a blue shirt. Is that okay? Yes or no?
There goes reduction again.
No, it is. No. That's not what I'm saying. No.
Because people always feel like they have to compare it to something that's not.
Let me say this. Can I say this for a second? I'm just, because I'm not taking away from what you're saying. All I'm saying is,
You said non-subjective. Y'all compare female.
Let me just get to my point.
Female plant as well.
Goddi. Let me just get to my point. My point is, my only point is, like, I do not disagree with you guys because I feel like you're right. But like, however, there is a universal way to refer to things, and we can choose to say we don't capitulate to the universal standards or whatever the case may be.
This nigga used a Stephen A. Smith word.
Go along to get along. For those who are listening and don't understand, it just means to go along to get along.
Yeah. Like, so, but like what I'm saying is that we do have to kind of understand that when we do refer to certain things, it is going against the norm, or not necessarily the norm, and it's what you believe. It's your opinion, and it's not that it's wrong, but it's not. And no, listen, come on, bro.
I never gave you an opinion, though.
Oh, no.
That's all I'm saying. I never gave you my opinion. I gave you. But what I'm saying is not. You gave me a fact. Yeah, I gave you several.
No, you
facts.
told me how you felt about.
No, I never gave you my personal experience. I gave you facts.
So give us a personal experience.
What was the fact? No, stop. No, what was the fact?
The fact was, by definition, what the words mean. Even you brought up the meaning.
Female? Yeah,
the word female, right? Because it it refers to
so by
all
fact
species.
we understand. No, but okay, but then the word
by
woman.
definition, and there is a word specific to humans that are female, which is the word woman. That is also a fact. It's not my opinion.
No, yes, but what I'm saying is, why is okay, but why would it be?
Because there's a word specific for us as humans. So why not use that word? Why are you reducing it to just the only word that identifies the sexual organ versus the human being?
Because as humans, we tend to use metaphors for a lot of different things. The same reason why.
Don't refer to each other as
let me say this. No, stop.
That's what this is all about.
But wait,
just another example.
Let me finish. But we refer to each other as cats, as dogs, as all type of shit across the rainbow, is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that if you feel that way, that's okay, and we are to greet you or address you as such, right? But
because that word exists.
But however, I feel like a lot of people do things where, like, we all want company and shit that we do. Like, just because you feel that way don't mean everyone should feel, because based off of
feeling.
No, this is all about feeling, because we just gave the definition of the words of
right, exactly. So why would it be about feeling and not by?
Because you feel differently.
Correctly.
Because if Ceejaye, because if I
using
called you
the words correctly, that's all.
Because okay, but the thing is, if I say, yo, Brittany is my bitch, and if Ceejaye says, yo, Brittany is my bitch, you would feel way differly if I said it as opposed to what.
Because we've had that conversation. Yes.
Exactly. So what
I'm saying
is,
wrong, though.
It's based off of how you feel.
But that's based off
because somebody else.
That's not about a fact, though. There's no fact and definition there.
No, the fact is, a bitch is a female dog.
You're
not her female dog. That is the fact. That is the fact. That's the fact.
Right, and that's exactly what I said. And no matter who says it, it is wrong.
And it's a fact.
No matter who says
that a woman is a female human being.
Absolutely, that is a fact. I will never deny that I am a female.
So what I'm saying is, you're right.
It's almost
you're
as
right,
if you picking and choosing of when you want to.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're right, but it's also based off how you feel.
But it's like you said earlier about environment and context, right?
Yeah.
Why is it so popularized? If you even understood, because a lot of language we don't know. We just grow up in our environment, and we're just doing and repeating the things that we've heard, like the word nigga. At a time that we were not calling each other niggas. Obviously that's long ago, but we have normalized the word.
It's a learned
and it is learned behavior. Yeah. So now all I'm challenging is to unlearn the incorrect behavior and apply the correct behavior. That is all.
Okay, no, and I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is based off of like like I don't think that you're wrong.
Cutting in and out
because I can't. I'm cutting in and out because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel that you're wrong. So it's not like I can, because if that's what you want to be referred to, I wholeheartedly agree. And no, it's not that. No, it's not just that. I understand.
Because it's not the same as me saying call me blue.
No,
it's not the same.
I understand the terminology as well. But however, I do understand.
It's actually a negator in the English language. So when you're using the word but, you're literally discrediting everything that you said previously before you said the word but.
Okay, true. However, is that better?
That's literally an example of words means.
No, and you're absolutely right. That's why I said however. That's why I said however. And you're absolutely right. However, is that all right? So yeah, but in same terms, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to argue with you guys. I'm just saying, like,
I respect
on both
that
sides.
I honestly don't think that
I'm just trying to give you. I'm just trying to give you. I'm just trying to give another side of the argument. That's all. And I don't think that side that I'm giving is a wrong. Like, I don't think anyone is wrong. Like, I feel like if, like, I would never, like, being that I know that you're like, it's like calling a guy a nigga. Like, now, for instance, now that word is completely wrong, right? Now, if I'm talking to Minister Farrakhan, I know not to say that to that motherfucker because he's going to take it as offensive and he's going to check me on it. If he don't check me on it, I just know, like, he's not okay with it. So I won't use it around him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
but you already agreed. You already knew. The reason why you won't is because you already know it's inappropriate, not just because he doesn't want to be referred to that way. You're just not going to meet a person and call him a nigga. You're just not going to do it.
Yes, exactly. Now, what I'm saying to you is that when the word female comes out, it's not
purposefully done
to be. Sometimes it's just it's almost, and that's why I brought up bro, because we're unlearning a lot of behaviors that was terrible. Now the word now bitch and bitch, to not use the word bitch, and that's why I said a lot of times, for whatever reason, female just seems to fucking roll off the tongue way easier than woman. Now we have to train. Now you would then have to, you know, teach to do X, Y, Z. But what I'm getting at from that standpoint of is not always a substitution for the word bitch.
But here's, maybe not always, but that is honestly how it began to be popularized, because men were trying to find an alternative for that disrespectful term to be a little less disrespectful or more passive aggressive in their disrespect.
Or so it was like.
So female is like passive aggressive to you?
Word is not available, so now I got to use something else. Like, but the intent versus.
Because I can honestly almost agree with you with the passive aggressive part.
Did y'all hear what she said?
Yeah.
Repeat that last one.
Yeah, repeat
I say that all the time. I say that shit all the time.
Impact versus intent is real. You might not ever.
And
the simple example of this is you're walking down the street and the street is crowded and you're trying your hardest not to hit anybody because it's mad busy, etc. And you accidentally bump the shit out of somebody to the point where, like, they feel it and they look at you and you look at them and you realize that it was you. You didn't intend to do it. You weren't trying to square up. You weren't looking for somebody to fight. You just bumped them down the street. It happened. They looked at you like, what the fuck? The first thing you're going to do is say, my bad. I didn't mean to do it. I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say to say, I was not trying to do that. You're going to say, unless you want to square up. So my thing is the same thing. Like, okay, yes, we get it. The intent was not to degrade us and disrespect us. Fine. We get that. But the impact is that's how it feels coming out of, especially a Black man's tongue. Why the fuck
that's exactly
how to talk to me about me when I'm in the room and when I'm not in the room?
It's a lot.
Is culturally. That it's hurtful as a Black woman to know that there's a possibility that a man who I would probably end up being in the streets for, and baby, I be out here in Chicago feeding the protesters out there with them. Like, I'm on the floor doing this shit. So if I'm telling you, Black man, I don't want to be called that by you specifically because I got to be disrespected by the rest of the world. Why do we have to keep going in circles? That's it. Whatever it is that the Black man is asking of his sisters, his wife, his cousin, whatever, all of the facets of Black womanhood, Black sisterhood, we are out here, not all of us being perfect with it. I will admit that.
Absolutely.
But we out here unlearning the shit out of some stuff, baby. I'm in therapy every other week. Yeah. I know how to de-escalate myself so that I'm not emasculating you. So I'm just saying, find out what, where, how, whatever method you got to do it, find out how to stop objectifying me and do it with intent that you really don't want to do it, and spread the fucking word, because I already got to go out here and tell the rest of the world why they shouldn't be shooting y'all down in the streets.
And sometimes
so that's not really, I think we should even really be feeling like it's at a point where it's where it's such like a push-pull. You know what I'm saying? I get that this is what we're used to and that this has become so easy.
So now we getting into something different, because like when you get into that point, like when you say, okay, that like as far as like the relationship between the Black male and the Black the Black man and the Black woman.
That was me giving you my experience of it and how I came to feel how I feel about it, because it wasn't
because
just
a lot of times. So let me give you a man's perspective. A lot of times, and this is not necessarily, and I don't, and this is not an argument towards it. I'm just giving a whole synopsis of how maybe something like this could blow up to a situation where it could be the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So from a lot of Black, and I'm gonna try to say men, because I keep men. I keep going into male.
Nah, nigga, you can say Black male. I mean, excuse me, brother. You can say Black male.
That's how
we ain't fighting no cause against the word male.
That's definitely self-identifies on the radio, though. Just so you know.
Say what?
You said what?
That is how the how 12 the cops, the pigs, ACAB. That's how they refer to us on the radio, is black female.
Males
all the time. They reduce us to organs. So every time.
What do they call white? What do they call white women? White females or white women?
No, they're calling them
women.
Their wife, their daughter. They're not in the system.
Or they're even using their names.
They cry.
You gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop.
No, all I'm asking you, Goddi. No, Goddi, please just try to observe a little more. I'm not saying it's every single time. Just take a step back and observe and pay attention a lot more. And
that's like saying there's no white women locked up.
City, I live in this most segregated in the Midwest.
And I wish I was living in a segregated city. But that's another conversation.
Not Ferguson, not Detroit. Chicago is the most segregated city in the South. Y'all are my people, and y'all have a misconception about the side of town that has people that I love on it. I'm on the South Side daily. Like, I'm telling y'all, this all ties into it, which is why I'm bringing it up, which is probably why I was asked to come into the conversation, because this right here is the shit that is being heard outside. They already copying our culture. They're copying our identity. You think they're not copying the way that we speak to each other? I've been called a female by a white person. I got called a nigger by a white girl who had cornrows in her head.
Did you whoop her ass?
I told Prue once before.
Here, like, I live this shit. I was living this shit in Harlem, but I was a shorty. Now I'm a grown woman and I have children. So the shit that my kids hear me speaking and talking, my little son is already saying the word shit. Unfortunately, he got it from me. So the same way I'm speaking casually and he's absorbing that, people who have no cultural identity are going to absorb that shit. That's why they're out here doing the same shit that we're doing. So they're taking both our positives and our negatives. But the problem is they're turning around and they're taking that negative shit and putting it right back on us. And it doesn't help. Y'all are out here possibly perpetuating it. Not all of y'all, but a lot of us are doing it and nobody's correcting it or saying, yo, we got to chill or start thinking a little bit more. Like, I'm not here to damn nobody that uses the word female. I'm not damn anybody that uses the word nigga. I'm just basically saying that living in Chicago now, being a Black business owner, being a Black mom, being a queer woman who has to live in that identity, because I'll be having to defend that shit too. Like, this right here is lightweight. This is easy work. This takes no fucking effort, because I'm not saying that you didn't find anything, but I can literally give you a plethora of Instagram accounts that break this shit all the way down, verse chapter.
Oh, you cutting in and out. Oh, there you go. There you go.
It must be your camera a lot. Can I just say this? Am I cutting in and out?
No, you're good. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. I just want to say,
everybody, I'm sorry that people was cutting in and out, because I heard
you clearly. Yeah, I hear everybody too. I don't know. Maybe it's a connection in certain areas. I want to just say this. I remember having this conversation with Proof before about the impact of how Black men speak. Because honestly, I'm really not concerned with the rest of the world.
That part. That's the reason why I agree to
my shit died.
Things only matter to me when it's coming out of a Black man's mouth. How that white man speaks, how that Asian man speaks, and anybody else speaks, I don't really have time for them. But it matters to me when you guys speak. Just like I try to be more conscious with the way I speak to Black men and unlearn that emasculating thing was real. Like, I had to check myself about a lot of behaviors that I learned. I learned those things, and it didn't make it okay because it became normal and I saw it in so many homes. It was still wrong. So
I'm glad you said that.
I have to be
I'm glad
patient.
you said that, Brick, because that's what I was getting at before I got cut off. Like, that's exactly the route I was going to. So
I know I have to be patient, because that whole process of healing and learning and unlearning is tough. Like, it's not easy. It's not an overnight thing, and it requires practice. So when I say, like, don't refer to me as a female, I'm really speaking on behalf, even if there are women who say, listen, I don't care. That shit don't matter to me, or it doesn't mean anything to me. Maybe they haven't learned about that, or, the breakdown of it. So for them, it doesn't impact them in that same way. But I'm asking to not refer to any woman, especially your Black women, as female. Use the word woman when it's necessary, if you don't know their names, but let's just have a little more conscious effort with respect to our people, especially. And I'm not saying go out and disrespect other people.
But y'all gotta say that shit would sound a little less pro-Black. You know what I'm saying? Because
why would I ever be less pro-Black?
I'm not telling I'm not telling you to not be pro-Black, but the way you say it is like, you need to, if you're gonna cater to just to women in general, cater to all. Don't just cater to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I get, my concern first is at home. Concern first is home.
Pro-Black, I don't know about
that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I gotta work, because
I know why. It's all right. I hate what you're talking about.
No, I understand why. I understand. But guess what? If we broke that down, she's actually Black too. So that's a whole nother conversation. So again, it starts in the home. I'm gonna worry about home first. Because if she's from any of those Caribbean islands, she's Black too.
Yeah.
So that's that.
She knows that.
So then, it's nothing else. I know, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Can I say something?
That's another.
Can I just say something real quick without being interrupted? For a lot of Black women, I can't speak on all of us because I can't, but I can at least say that the ones who walk the walk that I walk, because do understand that I'm a Black single mother. I'm also a Black sexual assault survivor by the hands of a Black man. Multiple. So again, I'm not speaking to you or offering or interjecting my opinion from a space of, I saw some shit on the internet. No, I'm in therapy for all of my experiences. And in that process, I've had to learn and accept and live a life of uplifting and protecting other Black men who didn't do harm to me, because I was taking the harm that I was placed on and projecting it on all of the Black men that I was around.
What about a lot of Black?
Something that
they mothers, like a lot of Black men mothers, like
hold on. She asked not to be interrupted.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. I thought you was done. No, continue. Just back up. I'm sorry.
It's cool. I'm speaking a little bit slower because I'm not sure whose camera is being, you know.
It's probably you if you talking.
It's cool. I was saying that it's gonna always come from a radical Black experience, because me just existing and talking and being able to have my voice that I have, that is unapologetic and is going to speak my truth regardless of how anyone else feels about it, is that in itself a very, very radical act of Blackness, and that is my life. So when you're saying that I need to tone down my pro-Blackness, you're saying I need to tone myself down, and I could never do that, because that took a lot of work to get from where I came from.
Ain't nobody telling you to not be pro-Black. I sat there and said, y'all can be pro-Black, but at least like include like, you know, the other, I don't even want to say the wrong word. Like
other women.
I can't perform another race. I walk out the door, whether I have a wig on, whether I have a wig on, whether I have a snatched waist, whether I'm whatever, my skin, my features are Black. I cannot take that. Therefore, whatever Miss, you know, biracial young woman is going through, I respect her womanhood, yes. But am I gonna speak for her? No, because I'm not. I'm not try anything. I am from Harlem, USA. I can speak from a Black woman's perspective because I grew up as a Black child and teenager. So yes, I'm going to always talk about Black people. And the act of talking about Black people first is actually including everybody, because Black people are the reason why the other races in this country have the benefits and privileges that they have. And we are still fighting for the bare crumbs and to not be called females. Black women did that. There's no reason why at this point in the game, we got to still keep discussing this. Again, it's the same thing for me, at least. I'm out here fighting a whole harder ass battle than anybody could ever imagine, being a single parent of a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
So
this Goddi has children too, so I know you can relate to that.
I have to make sure that when I speak to my daughter, I have to say, don't talk to Black men in this way, or don't talk to Black boys in this way.
Yeah.
Even though I have to fight certain internal feelings that sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am fist in the air, but I do be talking about the fact that my baby daddy not shit.
Oh,
but is that only your responsibility? Because we're all Black here. So no, like, do we not all have that responsibility to our children, or is that just
we do?
The reason why I look at it is I'm saying that even though I am human and
it's kind of sounded like
wait, I asked not to be interrupted for a reason.
Oh, all right, my bad. It's a soliloquy. I'm waiting for it then.
I am a human. I'm a human being just like y'all are. In the same way you're saying, there are times where we don't mean no harm by it. But the difference between the experiences of using words or using words in context in different language that in both ways are hurting the other side. My difference and the difference of a lot of Black women is that we are unlearning the shit that y'all are telling us without trepidation.
Wait, who's y'all? What do you mean by y'all?
Yeah, I was about to say, who's y'all?
Black men. There's a lot of because this is a two-sided conversation. This is what the Black woman is saying about how we want to be referred, but there's also conversations that Black men are having with us about us in the way that we speak to you, the emasculation component of things, the derogatory, angles of speaking, and just there's a whole lot of other shit that's being spoken on both sides of the conversation is what I'm getting at. And I brought say that I'm not perfect. Yes, I do talk shit when I'm in that very frustrated, raw moment of my kid's father because he's never been around. And, but that doesn't mean I go out here and speak to you or anybody in that way, because that's not right. I'm not going to go into a relationship speaking to somebody who I want to be with, who is a Black man like that. I'm not going to do that. But that's behavior that Black women have learned because we have unfortunately been conditioned to internalize and compartmentalize a lot of shit that we go through as it relates to our experiences of Black men. This is one of those experiences. We got so much other shit that we have to like make sure that we cool with y'all about, that this conversation sometimes gets lost in the sauce. But the problem is that, again, words mean things, language shifts culture, the same way that we change the word Black from being a negative thing to something that you want to be called, is the same thing that this word can begin to have as long as we're having a conversation and understanding the full breakdown, not just, oh, don't call me that. It's not just don't call me that. It's this impact that this word has had on me and could potentially have on the people that's coming up behind me. Therefore, I'm opting out of that word. I'm opting out of being called that, referred to it by, used in a sentence of, whatever way you can think about it being used. I would like very much to be seen as a human being, specifically by my Black brothers, fathers, uncles, etc. End of story. I love y'all, and like we gonna work it out. That's really, I don't hate.
Okay. So yeah, I expect that from us to do, but you expect less from the other like ethnicities or races or whatever.
I don't expect anything.
Not okay. Well, that's what you got. Damn, Goddi, that was terrible. Like, I was trying to keep my mouth shut, but I get it. No, they should expect more. And that's just the way it should be. And we should.
I'm always gonna hold you guys to a higher standard.
And we should give more.
Always. I'm always gonna hold the Black man to a higher standard. Always.
And we should give more. However, and I didn't use but. And we should give more. But I want to get to a point, like it's a few points that I want to get to, and I'm probably gonna scatter because a lot of the thoughts that I had at that time. But so one in particular was just about like the relationship, like between like, and you brought up the whole emasculization, like just like just kind of like the way women like, and then you said like you were kind of like, this was all systematic. So like the shit that you guys feel like you're navigating through, we're doing the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Like, and not only are we doing that, but we're doing that on top of pressure of being the man in the relationship.
Mm-hmm. There's pressure to be a woman as well in a relationship.
Yeah, that's true too.
And I'm not saying it's the same.
I'm not saying
it's the same.
Y'all do get a lot of pressure. Y'all get a lot of pressure.
I'm not gonna say it's the same. I just feel like it's really important that we understand that we're supposed to be in this shit together. So if we could eliminate
but what happens is
now.
But listen, but what happens is, because we could go into it like and now it's part of the culture. So now it's if you don't got a bag, I'm not fucking with you. If you can't buy me this,
that's what I was gonna get into. That's what I was gonna get to, because then you gotta start attacking women.
So then what happens is, so now you only fucking with the niggas that has XYZ, and they got so many options that they treating everybody the way they want to treat them, and XYZ because and vice versa. And we feel like we want the woman with the long hair and the thick, whatever the fuck it is that they showing that we think we supposed to like, you know what I'm saying? And the shit just gets, so now we not even in our community, because a lot of times, I'll be honest, and not me personally, no, but a lot of times, I'll be honest, and not me personally, but I have a bunch of friends that say that they don't like Black women, and they come from Black women, like or Black women, or XYZ. Now listen, and I understand.
It's triggering me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to act out.
It's very triggering. It's very triggering. But the thing is
the most hurtful thing to hear.
It's very, and I disagree with it 200%. However, it's still a situation where
it exists.
Like I had this conversation with my sister, and I felt like
we have a perception of a strong woman as somebody that's argumentative, that's not going to take no shit, blase, and it's vice versa. And to me, I don't think that's the case. I think it's the complete opposite. It's someone who knows when to take, just like a man. It's like a real man, he knows when to take shit from his woman, and vice versa. He knows, and she knows when to take shit. It's not about always being combative and, oh, I'm gonna pull up and I'm popping shit and I'm doing XYZ, because realistically, like, how is that conducive to anybody's mental health or to anybody's well-being?
You feel like that? The hell? Maybe that's why I've been single for 6 years, because first sign of something.
But okay, now let me speak on this. Let me get the floor real quick. So, like, with all that being said from both sides, is like, at the same time, women got to start holding Black women accountable too, the same way they hold Black
100%. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Just like what Proof said about getting the bag and all that. You know, there's about a 50% that's believe what you like was on this level y'all on, and then there's 50% that's, you know what I'm saying, on that other level. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta hold them accountable just like how y'all want to hold us accountable too. You know?
Absolutely. I agree with you. I hold everyone accountable. Mm-hmm. Everyone. Because, and like I said, I learned I had to be patient because, sorry, I'll wrap this quick. I learned I had to be patient for that very reason. Just like I had to unlearn behaviors, I got to be patient with somebody on their journey of unlearning. And I have to meet people where they are and accept people for who they are. Some people don't give a shit about unlearning things.
Not even to cut you off that, and the piggyback off that, Britt, is key off of people who like to learn, who don't mind unlearning or don't mind learning new things, and that's open to like whatever it is that's new.
Because that shit requires work.
I'm gonna be honest. Life doesn't.
Man, I'm gonna trust people to be who they are. Simple as that.
Life requires unlearning, but if you don't, it's you don't have to. But if you choose not to, there is gonna be some shit that's gonna come in. Definitely, like catch you slipping at some point. If you have, complete and total, choosing to not realize that some of the shit that you grew up thinking that was perfectly normal is actually not. I do want to just say something real quick because I don't call myself a feminist by any means, but I will say that I do experience Black women in all different walks of life, and there are plenty of women who are just as quote unquote woke. I hate the word, but that's the best way to describe
understood
some of the
50-50. 50-50.
There are women, what I was saying was there are women who are at that level, but also have those standards for being with men of a certain standard, if that's who they choose to. Not just men either. This is like people's dating preferences. I don't think that Black women should have that conversation with each other, because just how white women are out here with sugar daddies, babies, and whatever the hell, and all they got to do is tickle a nigga balls and he gonna bleed fucking money. If a Black woman wants to do that, and she's aware of herself and she knows that that's what she, likes, because again, the Black experience, especially the Black experience, is not monolithic by any means. I have absolutely no wherewithal or right to tell her how to live her best life. Same way nobody's going to tell me how to live my best life. They told me, because I'm a single mother, that I shouldn't leave a dead-end job and start my own business. I have a business in the busiest neighborhood of Chicago. Doing it as a single parent, running my own shit, being my own boss, doing what I want to do. Like, and
that's
if somebody
if
somebody told me that I had certain standards for who I want to be with in a potential romantic or life partnership or whatever, however you describe it, you don't have no reason to tell me anything about my preferences, because that's what I want. If I've worked to a certain place, I want somebody that's going to be there to meet me at that level. And if that means that certain people don't fit that criteria, that's what that is. White people do it all the time. Indian people do arranged marriages, and they want to know what your bank accounts look like before we join your family. So, I do think
that's cultural.
Have conversations, but do we need to have conversations about
then that has nothing to do with but then those type of marriages have nothing to do with love, and it has nothing to do with treating you the way you need to be treated either.
Same thing as somebody buying you a bag don't got shit to do with love. whether he could buy you a bag or not.
That's true too. Yeah,
also,
that's a fact.
People cheat.
That's that.
What you said?
That's
in the mud. You could be out here in the mud in somebody else's mud. Like, I feel like people, the hell they want to do, but at the end of the day, like taking the kind of gamble that you're going to take, it's like, look, I might want you. Not everybody feels that way, but some people do feel like, yo, I want something out the deal in case you be, out here on some bullshit. So
until somebody pull a Quavo on that ass and take that motherfucking Bentley or what was it? What he took back from Sweetie?
I don't even know.
To come back and take that $300,000 car back.
He was petty. He was petty.
He was petty, but it was okay because she went out and bought the shit for herself.
Yeah, it was payments. He was making payments.
She should have bought it in the first place.
Why should she? Because when you're dating somebody, you don't mind doing nice things for them.
Nah,
it was very petty of him to take the gift back. That was petty of him to take the gift back, because if I give it to you, it's because of where I felt we were at the time.
The problem is that he ain't pay. He only took it back because he ain't paid for it, and he just wanted. What he should have did was he should have just transferred the payments to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just here, take it.
Yeah.
Mature things, like.
Like,
that was an emotional move. That's what that was. He was emotional.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna keep paying for it, but if you want it, yeah, like you keep paying for the shit if you want to.
That nigga might.
That's fair. That's fair, my nigga. That's fair.
Word.
But she went and got it anyway. She got because she got the money to pay for it. That's why I was
right.
Like,
so that was different because they're still. But see, they're not dating the average 9 to 5 person. So their level of pettiness or their level of problems are going to be different from the average Joe working in 9 to 5. And that's rich people problems.
Also, sometimes you got to bust their ass and learn along the way. Like, caliber to fuck with after dealing with a couple of real difficult situations. And that's why I choose to just not even, like, I get all my own shit, not on some like hyper independent shit, but it's just, I gotta have the stuff to survive.
I got something. I got something.
Hold on, we might be going into another episode here.
Light bulb. Yeah, I know. That's why I said light bulb.
You better save it. Save it till when we off air. Save it till when we off air.
No, I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna keep it here.
Save it till off air because it might be another episode. It might be episode worthy.
Trust me, it ain't another episode.
Okay.
It ain't another episode worthy.
I guess.
Check this out. What if, because I can't use the word bitch as you my bitch, what if I be like, yo, that's my motherfucking female, because you ain't my woman?
That don't even
Were you listening? Were you listening, Isaiah?
I thought of that shit a while ago and just didn't even say it, bro.
Thank you, Goddi. Thank you, Goddi. I'm glad you did it.
That shit, bro. Because I already know how they was very passionate in what they were saying. So I didn't even touch that shit.
Better? You my motherfucking woman. Woo, look at that.
But you ain't my woman. But what if my woman is next to me and I say that shit? What if my
no.
Then why you can't just say I fuck with you? You still know what that means.
Hold on. Hold up.
Because sometimes when you drink, you communicate. Hold on. No, let me say it. Because the environment is key, right? And us males, us men, when we communicate with like for instance, like I'm always like, if I look at Goddi, it's always gonna be like, yo, bro, you my motherfucking nigga, you my motherfucking brother. I love you. Like it's always gonna be a fucking excuse me, a relative, his brother. No, that's not a. It's a noun. It's an adjective? No, it's a noun. You're not describing. It's a noun. So it's always going to be a noun related to like just like other than like you are like whatever it is. Like, and more times than not, that comes out in a moment of
euphoria. Just like you said, bro, you could say sis.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. I'm getting to it. Exactly. No, sis is right.
We do though.
I got you. Sis is right. Sis is absolutely right.
Yeah, I do.
Now listen. Right. Now sis is absolutely right. But what I'm getting to is, can sometimes I'm just trying to find a loophole. This is what I do. So listen.
I know that's your aim.
All right. So a lot of times when you there, it's in a moment of euphoria. and you feeling the type of way.
I can't with this man.
And shit just like, you know, it's like
just
it's
getting the practice of saying woman.
Like
that's
seeing
all.
your favorite white boy and be like, that's my motherfucking nigga. Yo, after 10 shots, my favorite
happen.
white boy is my nigga. I don't care. I'm the blackest nigga. I'm the blackest motherfucker you know. My favorite white boy.
I don't have a favorite white boy.
Shots, he's my nigga.
Well, I do. I got a favorite white boy.
That's cool. I wouldn't even have that experience, so I couldn't.
All right, but anyway, let me get to what I was saying.
All right, my loophole. Before
we wrap it up, let me get to what I was saying. So, yeah, I was saying, you just said, Stormi, you was like, get used to saying, "Oh yeah, that's my motherfucking woman," but then when a nigga be like, "Hey woman," when a nigga be like, "Hey woman," nah, she said that before you went into everything. When you be like, "Hey woman," you're gonna give a different reaction immediately.
Well, I don't know your name.
You're right.
Because the intent was disrespect. Duh, that's the difference.
Okay.
Like, why does this describe why when we all talk to white people about why they shouldn't call us racial slurs? Why do we all get it? We all never a problem. But whenever
because it's universal,
it's always a struggle to like get it.
Not universal.
Yeah, no, because this is not necessarily a universal thing. No, because you know why?
But it's the impact of how it feels when it's being vocalized.
It's not that the impact is different. It's not that the impact is different. The impact is the same. But it goes into how the systematic shit is like there's a divide. And there's always, like, for instance, like I get into some whole shit, and I'll get into off of there actually, because like you should probably do some whole shit with the whole Martin and Malcolm thing, because like,
well, then let's wrap this up and talk off air.
Yeah, like there's always a divide, like, you know what I'm saying? And basically what I'm saying by that is, like, we have to learn what it is that ticks you guys, but the only way that we can learn it sometimes is by not clashing. And a lot of times the way you guys, but the way we're built, not just you guys, and I'm saying you guys because we're built this way too. We're built to clash. Like, that's all we know. And not,
you're not
with
built
each
to
other.
clash though.
No, but we're it's a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. Like, that's how we grow. Like,
well, not if you're always trying
to
find
not clash. But no, I'm outside the loophole. I'm just talking about just us as a race. Like, we claw, we fight. Like, you have to be tough. Like, we're always built to be tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like in certain things, and that whole systematic bullshit, like, where there's a divide. So like, we're always learning how to deal with you guys, and you're kind of still learning how to deal with us. But there's a way. But like, we're men, so we're supposed
that's
to
a
understand.
given, though, bro.
No, but that's the problem.
I'm confused, actually.
Well, see, okay, so what? Let me clarify for. So, what you're hearing being explained is patriarchy, but it's just being spoken through a Black man's mouth. So, this is not a dig, not a come for y'all. This is just the fact. When it comes down to the system of hierarchy in this country, it is white man, white woman, Black man, Black woman. As far as this conversation goes, we're not going to bring the other races into this right now. We're talking about us. Right. The reason why the conversations that we have internally are always a struggle is because in our community, I'm stressing in our community, a lot of the systems, not the exact same ones, a lot of the systems and the privileges that white men have, Black men also have within their community, I stress. The reason why this conversation is difficult to have is because patriarchy is comfortable, because patriarchy is older than this country. Patriarchy was perfectly crafted from the people who came over here and colonized North America. So this is something that's us take like a long time to unlearn. Mm-hmm. And that is the structure of why this part is difficult, because the experience of being called a nigger, being, having all of those civil rights, Arab-esque injustices on our people and the stuff that we deal with now with the profiling, etc. We on both sides of our identities, we experience that together. That's something that we all experience. The reason why female versus male is so difficult is because y'all don't experience that part. That's something that we experience. And like you said, we systemically put against each other on purpose. There's a manual, a slave narrative of how to break us once we got here. And that never changed. It just changed in its way that it's structured. So you're right. Like, yes, they want us to be at odds with each other, because the moment that we all are like in sync
is fucked up. It's really different. So that's what exactly. So so you basically just explain what I was saying in detail.
Okay, so now I got you.
Yeah, but Goddi, but back to what I was saying, like, that's the problem, bro. Is nigga, like, we're just not like on each other's pages, because and key on that is a lot of black men do this thing where black women don't know their place.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what happens there is now, and basically you just broke down that whole thing where the patriarchy shit, where it's like, you know what I'm saying, and we feel like we're like, and that's just how that breaks down. And and until we kind of get past that, and that's why I said initially earlier when you said no, we do, they should expect more from us, and we should do more, because that's the only way up.
Right. The only way to elevate is to spend less time trying to argue and fight each other on things that should just come natural to us.
We go up. Like, if we could put them to where we are at, we'll go where the white women are immediately. Like, and so on and so forth. Like,
it's not saying, because even
I'm just saying,
put them gives you power.
I'm talking like systematically, like just strategically, not like just, I'm talking strategically. Like strategically, like that would be the play. As long as we elevate them, like they're gonna elevate.
Because white women
will elevate, because but
I'm sorry, not
no, go ahead. No, I was done. Go ahead.
To support what you just said, you're absolutely correct. Like, as it relates to how white women move in society, especially being a Black business owner, I'm seeing this shit because I have to move in a lot of white spaces. But with white women, what they have, which they believe is a power, but it's actually not, it's actually a hindrance. Because Black women, we are seeing right through it, is that they try to do this play both sides of the coin situation. Like, oh, I'm so down with you, Black sister, because I'm a woman too, da 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 da. And then they see, the Black man, and they're like, oh my God, my chocolate warrior, Black women suck, right? Like, and that shit has been how they have ate through the system. That's literally how Emmett Till was killed. Very much so. So that shit has been literally, like, that's how they do it. It happened in action. It's actually part of why I decided not to go back into the corporate world, because my mouth started getting too big, and I started becoming too radical, and because it was just, I was exposing a lot of shit.
You just ride for what you believe in too,
all the time. So like,
and that ride is in protection of all of us, not one subgroup.
And as a black woman, you took a risk. You take a risk, bigger risk.
Every time. But to me, a Black man raised me. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, he was a Black nationalist, turned Black Panther, turned not 5%, a Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
So this was my child. I saw a strong Black man. I also saw a Black man because we lived on 145th and St. Nick. Me and Stormi, we grew up in the same building. I saw crackheads. I saw all facets of men, drug dealers who were caring and made sure I got home safely. The paradoxes.
None of them was Bruce though. They don't know about Bruce proving.
I like
Everybody know Bruce.
some plate, probably has some best bomb ass plates to give in the summertime at the barbecue.
Everybody know Bruce.
Like that. So like for me, my experience of Black men is yes, Black men who I experienced in a negative way, but I'm not going to categorize all of y'all in that same group as, and that's the same fight that y'all are fighting against the rest of this world. That's why it's like a no-brainer for multiple countless Black women to get up and say, you know, yeah, like I'm riding too, because I understand what y'all going through. But like when it comes to stuff that we experience, that we're saying, hey, this is what we're going through, a lot of the reasons why we bring that, because we're saying like, okay, just because we're out here riding for you on certain things doesn't mean that there's not stuff happening in between the two of us that's like, gotta get, you know, the conversations at least started. There's some people that don't even want to have this talk. There's some people that are just like, I feel how I feel and that's it.
Right. And I appreciate this platform for that very reason, because
a lot of people,
if enough people hear it, then they'll be like, damn, that's something to look at. Or that's something to think about, because I never even thought about that before. So it's important to have these platforms and have this type of conversation and dialogue with each other in support of each other, and not fighting each other or not disrespecting each other or just trying to, you know, I'm right, you're wrong, because that's not what this conversation is. This conversation we're building is important to show that.
Mad importante.
So Brittany, excuse me, Storm. So let me just ask you, like, if we we somewhere getting lit, I don't got no loopholes for female. All right.
Thank you.
Anyway, nigga, in closing, anybody got any closing statements? Stormi, Prove, Ceejaye?
No, just thank you for having me. I really appreciate, you know, you inviting me on to speak my mind and, you know, get things off my chest. And I just want to say I love all Black men.
You already know.
Black women.
So in closing, this is what I gotta say. So basically, Black men, we gotta do a better job to protect our black women.
For sure.
Thank you.
Even if it means not calling them female. For sure. Because calling female derogatory is a little less stronger than calling them a bitch, but it's still derogatory. Okay. Right. So basically, that's what I learned tonight. This was a good, powerful episode.
Hold on. Also, wait, that's all you learned. Wait, we got to get into the whole thing where we ain't get into that. That's another episode.
Bro, you got to get into stop cutting people off. He can't help it.
All right, so I'm gonna go around the room. I'm gonna let y'all promote whatever y'all got going on, giving y'all Instagram, social media, whatever it is, handles that y'all got and all that, TikTok, all that.
Well, being that I was on the last time, and I'm gonna just go first. Boom, bop, bop, bop. All I want to say is this. Now, on some.
Hey, you ain't. Hold on. Wait, hold. Hold on. I just said we got.
I want to introduce
our Black women.
I want to say something.
And you just skipped in front of our Black women. Come on.
That's why
this is Goddi's show, bro.
Yo, I don't need you to do that. Hold on. Hey, Ceejaye, I'm gonna let you take the floor. Go ahead and promote your business. Promote.
You're absolutely
your
right.
handles and everything.
Right. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. It is his show. I be forgetting.
Yeah, you do.
Well, first off, thank you very much on here. I'm not gonna lie, I was a
Thanks
little
for coming.
No
it's
problem.
All good.
But
you're always welcome back too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's definitely we can talk off the air. But my business is a content creation studio, and are in Chicago, Illinois. The name of it is as in Unity Studio, and I am the creative director, founder, and CEO. I'm also a veteran makeup artist and a Instagram influencer. Okay.
All right, so what's your Instagram name?
My Instagram name is, my business name first is umoja.studio, at umoja.studio.
Okay.
My Instagram handle is Siege the Pony, CEJ _THEE_pony, spelled out just like you know how it's spelled.
Okay. All right, that's what's up. I appreciate you coming on. Stormi, you up next. Let us know. You already let us know, but let us know again. Keep it going, girl. Every time.
Right.
We're never gonna stop.
A sweet treats brand I am a partner in, and that is at PASTEL_cupcakes, CUPCAKES, on IG. Yeah, that's about it. Follow that treats. We cater to any event, and look for us there.
You already know. I Prove. There you go. You got the floor.
I was about to introduce them because you ain't do it, and I was about to go boom bop. But thank you. Anyway, so first of all, Betty since 2020. Everything. Twitter, .com, and Instagram. But fuck all that, because you guys know that it's been sitting back here the whole time. Like, and I'm gonna just sit it back here just in case. All right, boom. And just add .com. Don't worry about it. So outside of that, what I wanted to say, because I was excited about it, I just got off the home with the homie. So my man got an album coming out. Ooh, my man BA. He don't like to be called. I'm not going with that Cuban shit. I can't wait to hear that. And I just wanted to say that. Boom.
That's hell of a promotion right there.
That's my guy. That's my guy. And I'm dropping 25th hour too.
That's what's up. When is it dropping? When can we expect that?
Don't worry about that, man. We talking about Betty since 2020 right now.
Why did you bring it up?
Because that's what I do. I'm just.
We gotta do some PR with him, Goddi. We gotta do some PR work with him.
No, because I'm not driving. I'm dropping it this summer. We dropping it in a couple weeks.
I hear you.
But I ain't care about the music. Yeah, I'm just talking my shit. I'm all over the place.
This nigga crazy. Yeah, there you go. All right, you already know. Follow me, Gallardo_Goddi at Gallardo_Goddi. Instagram, Twitter. That's all I got. I don't fuck with none of that other shit. Also, if for you ladies out there looking for your loungewear, follow Allure Loungewear, Allure_Loungewear on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And if you're looking for your party favors to get like these little desserts and stuff like that, this is my mom's business. Follow Candied Delights. It's Candied_Delights. She do like Henny popcorn and all types of stuff that you want to do for like parties and stuff like that.
Okay. Gotta check out.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, yo. So in closing, y'all, I appreciate y'all all coming on. You already know y'all all welcome back. And we're gonna go crazy with the next one. You already know.
Be cool,
so
man.
We're gonna stay on, right?
Yeah.